Hello, Dave here with emergencyprepguy.com. I appreciate you stopping by. In today's video, I wanted to talk about the advantages of free-ranging your chickens, why I free-range my chickens. And so to do that, first let's let the chickens out, and then I'll take you briefly with me to feed the rabbits this morning, and then we will talk about free-ranging chickens. Morning, ladies. You want out? Be free. Okay, one thing that's definitely for sure, these ladies love to free range. They love to be out. They just can't hardly wait to get out in the morning. Hello, guys. How are you guys doing? Hey, buddy. Not too bad. Hi. All right. Time to fill up my bucket again. I'll do that later. Okay, it would have been funny. It would have been a good blooper section had I thought about it and had another camera set up. My original plan was to try to set up the camera with the chickens in the background, so that you guys could see them free ranging as I'm talking about them free ranging. The problem is, why I say that would be a good bloopers is because I'd set it up one place, they'd move. I'd set it up another place, they'd move. And some of their moving was because I was coming there and they were wondering, oh, is he bringing a treat? And some of it is just naturally in the morning when they first come out, they pretty much run. They have all their favorite spots around the yard that they like, but they go around and it's like they try this one for a little bit, then they go to that one, they try that one, and pretty quick they figure out what they want, and they go there at least before it gets too hot. And once it's hot, then they obviously spend more time in the shade. But anyway, let's talk about free ranging and what the advantages are. Why I think it's so good. First of all, your eggs are tons better and more nutritious, and the reason for that is because when they're out in the yard, they're finding bugs and worms and things like that are any bug that's around their level that they can reach, and that's why free range eggs are darker because of all that extra protein that they find. And I love it from a pest control standpoint because except for the areas that I have fenced off, so that they can't get in there, and maybe some nooks and crannies they can't reach, but for the most part they keep all the spiders down. They keep, for the most part, all of the bugs that I don't want, they pretty much keep them down. Now, I showed earlier in the video a couple of the chickens under the rabbit hutch, digging through the rabbit manure, and that's another big benefit if you have rabbits or you have other animals where in hutches like that where the chickens can free range underneath. You have almost no flies if you have enough chickens, that is. And the main reason is because they love to dig under there. They eat all the fly larvae, which again is high in protein, very nutritious for them. Kind of sounds gross to us, but it really keeps the flies down. So that's another advantage. Is I think we've had in our house that I can remember. There may have been one or two more that I'm forgetting, but that my wife killed without me knowing. But I think we've maybe had 3 flies in the house all summer. Sounds like I'm exaggerating, but according to my memory, is very, very few. Kill 1 fly and you're done. You don't have any more flies in the house. So I really like that feature. When I'm filming around here, you can see a few, flies buzzing around, but so much less when you have chickens that can free range, under that stuff. Some other advantages to free ranging is obviously the chickens just totally love it. If you see when I open the door, man, they don't waste any time. They're, they zoom, they're out of there. If I ever have to work around the yard and I think I'm not going to let the chickens out today because they'll be kind of in my way or whatever, they're all, anytime I look over there, they're all by the door. They go eat and walk. They do fine in the, it's a big, deep bed coop, so they do totally fine in there. But man, they just wait for the opportunity, to get out in the yard and to free range. So the advantages, just to kind of recap, they keep the flies and the bugs and the insects down, which is very nutritious and adds to the dark yolk color and the taste and the nutrition of the eggs that they lay. They thoroughly enjoy it. They add fertilizer to the lawn. And probably the other benefit that I didn't mention is the grandkids. They just totally love it. And so whenever they come over, we get out a piece of bread or something that the birds consider a treat, and the grandkids will, tear off, and they just love the chickens running around them and running after the food that they throw for them. So it just as far as the manure running around the yard, once in a while, if you happen to step on one that's fresh, then that's a problem. It's seems to be much less of a problem than a dog. They're when they're out, at least in the climate that we have. Of course, we're kind of in a high desert, and so it's a low humidity area here. But it seems like for us the chicken manure dries so fast, at least the outer part of it, that I never worry about where I'm walking or where I'm stepping hardly, unless it happens to be a fresh one. It never ends up, sticking to your shoe or anything. This little girl here, I don't know, she's gotten a bad habit of flying up on there. She's one of the young ones, but she'll land up here in these fruit trees too. She's not a dual purpose breed, so she can fly pretty good. You can see I temporarily stuck my corn stalks kind of here out of the way. So that's something new in the yard, something fun for them to explore, see if they can find any bugs in it. I know when I was moving them over there, I'm gonna get like a wood chipper or something, I think, and chip them up. But when I first moved them over there was quite a few ladybugs on there, so they're probably finding, ladybugs and spiders and other things. So the young ones, that's one of the young ones there. So is that one, so is that one, and so is that one. You can see they're all pretty much as big as the other ones now, full grown. Hi girls, are you ladies wanting a treat? I didn't bring anything with me. I'm sure sorry. Okay, well, I hope that was interesting. I appreciate you watching the video all the way to the end. Hopefully you enjoyed that, and we'll talk to you in the next video.